All right, it's October 17th. Out for an evening sit up at my property in the southern tier in New York that I have access to hunt. Beautiful sitting day, about 57 degrees right now. Wind's out of the northwest, so it's blowing right back that way. Should be a good wind. Sometimes deer will scoot out of the bedding this way and behind me, and if they do, depending on the time, they could catch my wind. But I came in here in the spring and I did a lot of cutting up here and opened up the clover plot so I could see from the stand. I still got a little bit of trim work to do, and to finish it off. I ran out of time, which is usually how my projects go, but I can now see through the clover plot, and I plan on next year opening that up, and it's about a quarter of an acre now. I'd like to get it to more of like a half acre clover plot. So I'll come in here in the spring again, frost seed it, do a bunch more cleaning up, and hopefully that will come up really good. But if we don't get into anything tonight, I will be hunting the clover plot in the morning because the wind's supposed to switch to out of the south, which sets up perfect for that stand in the morning. But first, we'll see how this evening sit goes. Like I said, it's a beautiful evening to sit. I don't think I spooked anything coming up. I didn't see anything. So, for all I know, I got in clean. This block out in front of me is a huge block of CRP. It's like 25, 30 acres of just CRP. And so it's a huge bedding area. But it's tall, so it's tough to see the deer. Most likely, if I do see anything, by the time I see it, it'll be right on top of me. But we're going to sit tight and see if we can get in anything tonight. We'll take a doe if the opportunity comes along. So stay tuned.
that's going to do it for tonight. Overall, really good night. I have no clue why that doe decided to come right to my tree, other than the only thing I could think of. So it used to be out in front of me years, many years ago, an old pasture, and what I was sitting on is now like a wood hedgerow, but it used to be the fence line, and there's a ditch right there. So I knew my thermals would drop down in that ditch, and I don't know if she picked up just enough, but I mean, she had me pinned pretty early, came right underneath the stand. She did like kind of blow a little bit, never really got too spooked, and then worked off behind me. She had a fawn with her too that never got closer than like 60 yards. And then I saw, a decent 8 point, year and a half old 8 point in the clover plot right there at last light. Got him on film, but it's probably going to be a little bit grainy because of the low light. But like I said, overall, good night. Would have been nice. Usually what they do is work right down that path um, towards the clover plot, and I have two lanes in there, 20 and a 30-yard shot. But for some reason, like I said, she just decided she cut right to my tree. That's not where I walked. So it's not like she picked up my ground scent, but um, couldn't really figure out what I was, but just didn't like what she was smelling. So it was good to see that buck up on his feet. So looking forward to getting back in the tree in the morning and seeing if we can get anything down in the morning. See you then.
October 18th. Um, I didn't end up hunting this morning. Uh, like I said, I was hoping for a nice frost, but instead all we had was cold and rainy. It rained all morning. So um, that front came in and it never even got cold enough to frost either. I think it got down to about 38 last night. But like I said, it rained all this morning, so I elected not to go out. But I am set up for the evening on a different property. I hit this one on the way home since it's a little closer to the house, and I've been wanting to bow hunt this particular property a little bit more. So I'm in the spot that I hunted last winter with the rifle, and had a bunch of does come in. I didn't have a stand. I was just standing right over here to my right, and they made me before I could get a shot off. But I did end up coming in here and putting a stand in, and I didn't get it as cleaned up as I wanted to yet, but it's in a good spot, tucked away. Got a camera over here. I pulled that card. A couple does went into the bedding. It's all bedding to my right here. This morning, I did have a buck come through here. Looked like a 2.5-year-old 8 point. I think it was around 6 o'clock. But to the left of me is all standing corn still. So there should be a ton of deer moving out of this bedding to my right and going to the standing corn to my left. I don't know if this is the best intersection to get them. Like I said, I know they come through here. I was going to do a hanging hunt in a spot that I think it's a little bit more traffic, but it's 70 degrees and I didn't really feel like getting all sweaty. And this one sets up really good for this southwest wind because it's blowing all the way back over my left shoulder here. So yeah, excited to be out for another sit. It's a beautiful day. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt. It'll cool off, and I don't expect much movement until the last hour. But at least we're out and we're hunting, and we'll see if we can get a doe down today. I'll keep you posted. If I see anything, we'll try to film it.